Most importantly, as a filmmaker. And now, if you think you are going to be a director, you are going to be a cinematographer, you are going to be an actor, and I'll tell you the importance of light to these three people. If you are a director and the lighting for your film is not good, if you don't know how to light, and you expect that, oh, my cinematographer will handle it, or my cinematographer does not know it, my gaffer knows it, and they don't know it, your career will stay stagnant for a long period. And I'll tell us an example of that. If you are an actor, you sit in front of the camera. After they shoot you, you don't go back to behind the camera to see what did they shoot. To know that when they call this cinematographer to come and shoot me on another project, I would rather not be a part of that project. I'll tell you why this is important. If you are a cinematographer and you are not good with lighting, and you leave everything to the hands of your gaffer, and your gaffer is not also good, your career will stay there. There is something that is called TV. You know, Nigeria, we did not start learning filmmaking when we started making films. It was just some people working in NTA, working in TV, that came up with the idea of we can start telling stories like Tales by Moonlight, Behind the Cloud, Checkmate, and all the rest. They moved from TV. And how do they light in TV? They just turn on the lights. Everything has to be bright and even. Is that not what you see on CNN? Is that not what you see on Al Jazeera? But also look at it. Why is CNN lighting better than our own? It's always soft. Softer than our own. And you know what you call soft? In Nigeria, we have money to buy only 20 of these lights. And 20 of these lights, by the time you turn them on, they look ash on that person's face. You now need to diffuse them by putting something that is called a diffuser. Right? What do I mean by diffuse? It means that you need to cut down that light. Help me unzip this, please. Help me, try. Look for the zip. Okay, it's here. You now need to diffuse that light. But usually in Nigeria, I don't know, I think these people are rich, but they are ignorant of the thing. When you now diffuse that light, it becomes less, the quality of light reduces. Which means what? You need more light behind that diffusion to have soft lights on their faces. But usually they don't buy more lights. Go and check out Jazeera Studio. You have more than, if not more than 100 in front of that person per time. And all these lights are going to be soft. That's the importance of light. Now, I'll tell you something that happened to me recently. That my Oga at the back there, that man standing there, he's a filmmaker also, he's a director. So he called me, it was during his project that somebody asked me to come and shoot another movie for them. There's somebody who had been in this industry, I'll not mention his name, for about 20 years. This guy has shot, people shooting TV films. Want to ya film gone. Like when you say want to ya film, want to ya gone. They know all of the celebrities. When those ones started, they know them. Now when they are at the top, those celebrities are at the top, they still know them. But how far now? But the camera person is not at the top. So this guy has been working with his director for more than maybe 7-8 years together, very close. But whenever the director wants to shoot a YouTube film or TV film, they are usually low budget. He will call that guy. The biggest film in his career, when he wanted to shoot it, he called me. It wasn't because of anything. It was because of what? Lighting. And I'm always quick to say this and happy to say it. James Cameron, how many of us know him? Have you heard about Avatar? The Way of Water. You know the camera that they shot it with? I've shot with that camera. That was the only camera. That's up till today, is the only copy that we have on Africa as a soil. I was one of the first set of people. You could not count more than 5 people that shot with it before me. What got me there as a cinematographer is what? Lighting. It is not camera movement. If you watch British films, they don't move their cameras. If you watch American movies, they move cameras a lot. If you watch French films, they hardly move camera. If they move, they do handheld. Everything just looks rough. Their own action movie is always rough, right? But all of these films, there is one thing that is common to them. You see, all these styles are different. So as a cinematographer, you could be doing static shots, movement shots, handheld shots. You could be doing crane or everything. But go and check all these films. One thing is constant. Their lighting. It's always beautiful. You can't compare them to Nigerian films. You see the way I'm talking about lighting as if it is the entire thing that matters in filmmaking. It is very important. How do you differentiate? I'll simply start from there. A current Mount Zion movie from other Christian drama films. What do you think you see differently? Aside from the performance, the acting, what do you see? It's the lights. You don't say it's always dark. The story they are telling is what? Dark. If you are telling a dark story, you light in a dark manner. You are telling... Have you seen Christmas movies? Do you see day scenes in Christmas movies? It's always in the night. Why? Because they want us to see the lights in the background, the bouquet, the beautiful faces. 90% of what happens in a holiday movie is night scenes. One thing you should do in your career is this: imitate reality. When you have this kind of light, like I told us I was going to be practical. Who has a beautiful face here? Now, let's do something with this light. Look at this brother. Look at him. Just look at his face. There is something you should learn with lighting and watch it. Okay, great. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. How fine is this brother now? I told him, I said, if you have a pretty face, beautiful face, come forward. And he came. Is he arrogant or proud? So you know, okay, so wait. So you know fine, Abi? Oh, Benny. Okay. He said you are not fine.
No, sir, it's fine. It's fine. His answer.
Okay. So let me move this light. Observe his face.
Put your head down.
I think I might have to go and there.
I'm not seeing your face.
Help me with this. Help me read this. Look at his face. Is he fine? Not really. Okay. How about this? Is it better? Okay. It's not better, right? How about here? So what's the difference?
You should not smash that face.
What's the difference? No, lighting, but what did I do differently?
Position. To reduce the intensity.
See, this course that you're learning, only kikoni mimo, it is that course that you can say practice makes perfection. As we are doing it, tomorrow if you want to light, if you have picked your own style from either here, or here, or here, do you understand? But there are some things that are like undertones that you may not see. See, when the light comes here, his face looks a little bit cleaner and softer. It is not because I moved the light back. It is because now I have allowed a lot of light around here to have effect on his face. Because this is so close, it's taking all the power to cut off the effect of the other ones. But by the time he comes here, the soft diffusion that we have around us is now affecting his face. And I'll tell you this, the law, one of the rules of lighting is the closer the better. Because once you move it closer, the light source becomes bigger. And once the light source becomes bigger, it wraps around more. If we have powder on his face now, even as close as this light is, it's going to be fine. And that is also another thing about lighting. This light is reflecting off his sweat. It makes him what? Ugly. Reflection is part of lighting, right? No, sorry about the word, but I'm just trying to explain something. Do you understand? The reflection on your face is part of the light. But please bring this diffusion. The light is here. It does not look fine. Bring it. Bring it. And by the time this thing comes in between the lights, look at the face of the young man. Whenever you are on a film set, and I'm saying this authoritatively, see, there used to be a time, sorry, because you don't want to offend certain people, we don't tell ourselves the truth. If you ever go to a film set, even if it is this Brodari or that Bro Stainless, and you see a DOP turn on lights like this on an actor, no, don't think in your mind that that person does not know what he's doing. Now, I'm telling you that the God you serve is that excellent. He created the heavens and the earth, that so much so that scientists today are saying that there is a part of the moon called the dark side. You know, the earth revolves, the moon stays, the sun stays, right? As the earth is turning, when it turns to the side of the moon, the light from the sun that hits the moon is what reflects to us. There is a part of the moon that the sun does not eat. Imagine that you go to another planet as big as the earth and scientists are looking for something that they don't know. There are many places on the moon that they have not gotten to. That's a planet that they are aware of. On other planets, they've not been to anywhere. And we know that it is this same God that created these things beautifully, and everything is working. I started imagining that maybe there are some living beings somewhere else. Even the ones that they've not discovered. Now, the one where we feel rich, we know, say they in existence. Right? So you are serving that God that created that. And you are coming out as a drama minister. And you believe you know this God more than, in quote, the people that you call secular filmmakers. Then what is wrong with us that our films are not as fine as theirs, let alone be better? How many of us have seen Black Book, the Black Book? How beautiful was that film? In my experience, the most beautiful film that Nigeria has ever made. Merge the story and the cinematography and the lighting. That film was perfect. Anybody may say whatever they feel, because I've heard a lot of people criticizing it one way or the other. I don't care. You want to compare Jagun Jagun with that film? Ageshikole, Eleshin Oba, Anikulapo. Do you understand what I'm saying? That was a masterpiece. And if you ask me, the first thing you notice in that film before you see the performance is lighting. So what I'm telling us is, when you want to do this thing, learn it excellently. Whenever you want to point light at somebody, hold on please. See, when I turned on this light on that brother's face, this was the light source, right? Small light as the light source. Usually, naturally, what do we have as our light source? Huge lighting source, right? As soon as I put this in front and that light is eating this thing, this becomes the light source. The larger your light source, the more beautiful, the better your shot. Another thing you now need to do, we'll go into this practical later. Another thing you now need to do is to cut down the light. Like we have this here. You don't want this place to be as bright as this place. Bring something dark, the black side of this sheet. This side reflects, and this side does what? Blocks light. Bring this dark side in, and it cuts down the light. Do we understand? That is all that it is about lighting. And I'll give us a class work. Let us go and research Roger Dickens. Roger Dickens. Do you know the two-face of the world when it comes to cinematography? It's Roger Dickens. Roger is R-O-G-E-R. Roger. Dickens is D-E-A-K-I-N-S. You know, in hip-hop music, they say two-face is what? A living legend. You know, there are legends. Usually when you talk about legends, you talk about people that have died. But when they refer to somebody as a living legend, like, he's so good that when you are talking about him, you're talking about him as if, that man made an impact. When in fact, he's still alive. Roger Dickens is the god of cinematography. R-O-G-E-R-D-E-A-K-I-N-S. Roger Dickens. D-E-A-K-I-N-S. Roger Dickens. And I would like for you to go and research how Roger Dickens lights. Let me show us a footage to close this class.
How he lights.
How he lights. I'm not teaching us like I told us. I'm not teaching us like newbies. I'm teaching us that we are professionals. We are professionals. Twins, everyone set to read da. You see how people light. Come on, turn on your loju. Come on, turn on your loju. Hello, bad director. And you more light. My shot in your pool. But you have said your own. They did a lot to me too. They will tell me shut up. I've been on a film set before, Christian drama, and I was telling me that go and check. Christian movies, when you see people settling a fight or a dispute, once you have more than 5 people, how many can man and to back or face camera? Is that how we sit in real life when you're settling issues? And my face are right now. What's the director? I came talking. Only idea from the movie. Tell me what is wrong with this one. Only this is not the way we do it in reality. Only well, that's your opinion. This is my own opinion. But today the same director that time that shuts me up would rather call me to come and shoot his movie and direct for him than shut me up. You need to work hard. Just the same way you work out of salvation. Right? Unfortunately, many youths, many teenagers, we don't work out our salvation, we just vibe it. Vibes, right? Yes, now. There was a day we were talking in one of the classes I attended. I still attend class of that. Yes. Last week I went for a pitch session with one program we did with Access Bank. Still, the people that are even training me don't know half as much as what I do. But because I need their money, I'll go to class. You don't want money. Me, I want money. So I want to show us a video and tell us or ask us how you think this video was lit. Can we all see it? How fine is this? Is that what you see in our regular Nigerian films? African Magic Yoruba. Is this how they like? Do they like this? But do you think this is fine? Let's just go. Did you see something in the face? A part is bright, a part is dark, and that's how you see the exact feeling that you should see. And this is what you are going to do in your own projects. We are not teaching you like newbies. We're teaching you like professionals. I see that in my own course of learning. People will be teaching you the beginner stage. Until one day I was lucky to find one of the master classes and I was like, machine lights gone. You know, they'll be teaching you and you want to apply it and you'll be like, no. Why do we keep these things and hurt them? Tomorrow you may be invited for a project. If I teach you and show you that I know what I'm talking about and I'm not confusing you, you may be invited for a project and you look at this project and say, okay, I'm the one directing it. Just like one of my brother, me and him were apart with that brother at the back, like I said. That one. He was called to come and direct a project. And he looked at me and said, it is this guy that can deliver. And he called me, he paid me ahead to. You understand? You may be called upon tomorrow to come and direct a movie. And you look at it, yeah, what that man or that guy taught us. I think I see these things happen in movies, or he has been able to show us that he taught us well. What will you do? You will invite me to come to your set, even though I don't like. Maybe to come and do. Or to just come and observe one or two things on your show. I will come. Do you understand what I'm saying? We are not teaching you Iro. We are teaching you. So let me tell you what happened in that lighting that you saw last. Yes, ma'am. Okay. So just the same way, this light. Let me turn it on so that you will see the effect and believe what you see. Right? I'm sitting this way. This side of my face is bright. Right? So I put a light like this one, on the light stand. That's the key light. The same way you have this thing in front of it, so that I can give it that warm color. I gave it that warm color. Instead of using this diffusion, there's something called shower curtain. When you're in your bedroom, there is one white cloth that you use to divide between the bedroom and the toilet. The leather one is very beautiful. It is a little bit thicker, so it makes your light very soft. I put it in front to act as this one. So what am I telling you? Even if you don't have money to buy the reflector, you can buy bed sheets. How many of us know what they call teru? Teru ton fi se adire. You do not know how expensive that thing is in filmmaking. It is only cheap in the market. When you want to buy it for film, it becomes so expensive. You know, teru have two types. There is the white, there is the cream color. In filmmaking, we have names for them. We call one bleached muslin, is the white one. Unbleached muslin is the cream one. You don't have this. As a matter of fact, I would rather get a teru than use a reflector or use this diffusion. Because it's, it's thicker than this one. You cannot see through it as much as this. So, as thick as it is, it gives you a level, like a double layer of diffusion. It makes your light softer than this one. So what I'm telling you is that you don't need expensive gear, expensive equipment. All that you need is your camera phone. You hear that people shoot on Red, they shoot on Sony, they shoot on Arri, they shoot on big cameras, right? Please, the first film I shot, like I told you, the person still showed it to me this morning and said, bro, Dotun quality film. I didn't even know. It may go on the last year, she got to movie in 2016, Lele. The best camera you have is the camera in your hand, which for most of us is our what? I don't have time. I would have shown us. I've shot with mobile phone before, and they won award, and they gave me money. I don't know. Okay, so I think that's about it for distance. If you have not gained anything, please raise your hand. My class ends now. So, if you have not gained anything, raise your hand. If you have learned something, please let me see your hand. Okay, there's a difference between learning something. How many of us have learned so much? Please, I started by saying don't put lights here directly in front of the face. This light that you see in this film, like I told us, there is one light here. There is a big diffusion in front. And if you look at this side of my head, there is another light. At least one small light to point just to the back of my head. And I've achieved this before by using a torchlight. Just go and put torchlight on a table or put something here that is tall. Put the torchlight on it and point it to the back of the head of that person. It will look beautiful. At the end of the day, if I told you I lit this with a torchlight, you would just not believe. But what if I did? I could do it. I've done it before. These lights that you don't have, that is diffusion, you know what you can do? You can get, this bath top. Taman pe ni bath. Taman call Happy Family scene. That black one, thick one. Yes. Just experiment it if you can afford it. Buy one black one. Spray the inside white. You know this can spray. Spray it white. Now get 4 lamp holders. 4. You know this, where a lamp holders, this particular one, get 4 of it, put it at the center of that plastic or rubber, put it at the center, attach it, get 200 watts bulb, 4, and put inside it. Get your bed sheet, just cut small out of your bed sheet, or get a white cloth that has good diffusion, put it in front and sellotape it. Find a way to place that thing on something. Do you know you have your lights already? How much is this lamp holder? Maybe 150 or 200 naira. You get 4 for how much? 800 naira. How much is 200 watts bulb? Maybe 200, or if possible 300. Oti jubelo. Can you 500 abi? 500 many is how much? 2000. Pẹ̀lú iye tá fi rà yẹn ó di 2800. Abi? 2008. Bath yẹn bóyá mi mọ̀ bóyá bí 3000. At close, mo kàn sọ this to close. You buy that bath like that and put it in front of you and get a torchlight to do the other one. You have lit that kind of scene. The only thing that I used to deceive people there, you see one table lamp, you think that is that lamp that is lighting my face. No, you just put it there so that people would think that that is the lamp. A cinematographer was with me over the night and he was asking me, ṣé lamp yìí ló light ojú yín? In my mind I was like, he hold you. He did what? He forced my hand. A cinematographer should not be deceived by such. You put that in frame to deceive, the regular people, not actual cinematographers. So, lighting is very important, and I will tell you, that is why when God created the heavens and the earth, what was the first thing he uttered? And when a babalawo wants to consult the oracle, what do you think? What do they utter? Elarowa or Yela? What is Ela? Light now. Elarowa is light, come down. Or Yela, let there be light. Let there be light. Ba femoloju ariran, let there be light. So you are seeing that film also on Netflix next year. I'm not telling you the title yet. No, it's not Oyela, but something that has to do with Ella. Well, if you say it's Elarowa.